नमस्कार, मी विनय कोठवदे. मी आलेलो आहे निमाने इथे एक एक्झिबिशन ऑर्गनाईज केलेलं आहे नाशिक इथे. तर तिथे एक सेशन आहे जे आहे पॉवर ऑफ DI अँड AI याच्यावर, आणि त्याची फॅकल्टी आहे मिस्टर आशुतोष झवर सर. यांचं आपण आज पूर्ण सेशन कव्हर करणार आहोत.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Swarangi Joshi. It's a pleasure to welcome you all on today's seminar on Power BI and AI, transforming ERP data into actual insights. Before we begin, let me take a moment to highlight the NEMA Index 2024, a prestigious international event hosted in Nashik for the 11th time. It's a proud moment for us. Organized by the Nashik Industries and Manufacturing Association, this platform has become cornerstone for innovation, collaboration and business growth, bringing together global industry leaders and visionaries. Now, I would like to invite our chairperson, Mr. Ashutosh sir, to felicitate our guest, Mr. Ashutosh Zawar sir. Innovation, we are honored to have with us Mr. Ashutosh Zawar sir, co-founder and CEO of Datachamps.ai, a company transforming the journey from data to decision for enterprises. Mr. Zawar is a chartered accountant with over 2 decades of experience in management reporting, data analytics, and investment banking. His company specializes in intelligent dashboards and AI-driven solutions, catering to esteemed clients such as Mitsubishi Electric, Bridgestone Tires, and the Government of India, along with the brands like Chitral Bandhu and Society Tea. Outside of this professional achievement, Mr. Zawar is an avid marathon runner and yoga enthusiast, reflecting his holistic approach to life. We are thrilled to have him here today to share his insights on how technology can unlock the true potential of ERP data. Let's give him a warm welcome to Mr. Ashutosh Zawar sir. Sir, the stage is yours now. Thank you.
Namaskar, hi everyone. Hello. Without further ado, I will actually dive into the topic that we have today. As we know, the world of technology is changing almost, I would not say year by year, I would not say month by month, it's almost changing daily. ChatGPT, which was probably launched just about a year ago, has probably disrupted or started disrupting so many businesses at the pace of a second maybe, and so many new startups are also getting launched. So we as manufacturers, we as business people, we as entrepreneurs, I feel must be aware of what is happening in the world of tech and what we can do to utilize this technology or maybe disruptions for the growth and efficiency in our own business. So that is something that I'll be focusing on. And there are two topics that I'll choose. One is called BI. BI stands for Business Intelligence here. The other one is AI. So once upon a time there was Tai and Mai. Now it is Bai and I.
Hello.
Right? So artificial intelligence and business intelligence is something that we are going to definitely focus on. So here is our very first kind of topic. I am sure every business, be it a small business, be it a large business, right now needs some sort of reporting to stay on track, to monitor whether they are growing as per target, maybe they are profitable or not, maybe there is cash getting generated or not. और एक बहुत common question होता है कि मेरे बैंक में तो पैसा आ रहा है, रोज आ रहा है, मतलब आई कैन सी द मनी कमिंग इनटू माय बैंक, बट when it comes to probably payments or when it comes to maybe making some capex decisions, I certainly don't see that cash actually being available to me. So where is my cash going? Am I really profitable or not? तो ये एक वेरी टिपिकल क्वेश्चन होता है. पहले वो क्वेश्चन में भी साल के एंड में पढ़ता था जब ऑडिट होता था और हम लोग गवर्नमेंट के लिए कुछ टैक्स फाइलिंग्स करते थे. बट मुझे लगता है कि आज के ज़माने में कोई भी नहीं होगा जो एक्चुअली इसको एनुअली देख रहा है. सब लोग इसको एटलीस्ट क्वार्टरली मंथली बेसिस पे देख ही रहा है. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन. एंड व्हाट हैपेंस इज इनवेरिएबली एज एन ओनर वेन एवर वी आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन कि मुझे मंथ एंड रिपोर्टिंग में कुछ मिलेगा अबाउट माई बिजनेस, सो देर आर टिपिकल थिंग्स दैट प्ले आउट. So that is the life of our accounting team, or maybe our reporting team, or maybe our, if at all, if we are big enough, maybe even data analytics team quite a few times. That there are different expectations in terms of a sales report, in terms of a, budget versus actual, whether the project, whether the budget was met or not, whether the production plan was met or not, and so on. And at the same time, what should I be procuring, what should I be ordering from my suppliers for the next week, for the next month, and so on. So, by the time the team actually prepares this, two things happen. One, they are fully tired because they have worked day and night to actually close the books, right? Gone through multiple iterations of doing that, and gotten them ready. But at the same time, what happens is, by that time, maybe the 15th of the next month has already emerged. Yeah, even 20th of the next month has already emerged. और अभी तो next month की closing का time आ गया. तो I don't have time to actually plan for my next period because my reports, my data is not real time, and that is where the world of tech is actually fairly easily moving and allowing us to actually लेवरेज इट. हम लोग इसको बहुत आराम से यूज कर सकते हैं और अपना पूरा डेली रिपोर्ट सेटअप कर सकते हैं. एंड बिलीव इट और नॉट, एक्चुअली वी आर ऑल्सो वर्किंग विथ क्वाइट अ फ्यू इंटरनेशनल बिजनेसेस एंड स्मॉल बिजनेसेस रिसेंटली, लाइक $2 million Australian $1 million business, a chain of bakery, 4 shops, right? Now it's a 10 to 12 crore in terms of revenue size, but an entrepreneur like that is also nowadays thinking how they can automate their entire workflow. So if everybody globally can think about this, why can't we, is the question, right? That's where we want to go further. So that's some numbers for you. As you can see, only about 1/5 of the decision makers actually find confidence in their data and reports. And even large enterprises, right, despite they have ERPs and ERPs like SAP, Oracle, etc. for more than 2 decades, they still have their finance and accounts team actually struggling to complete their monthly reports on time. So these are some actual numbers coming globally. Further, you can see that as tech is actually growing, more than 90% of the companies are actually trying to improve the decision making with digital initiatives. So automation is the only way forward, I would say. Otherwise, we have to be remaining behind, or we have to be probably dying a slow death. The second important part there is apart from just the financial data, apart from the P&L, sales, and the profitability numbers, there are quite a few very, very important numbers which drive the financials, are very, very important to track. For example, मेरा प्रोडक्शन प्लान क्या था, मेरी प्लांट का यूटिलाइजेशन मेरे पास में रियल टाइम है या नहीं है, what is the lead time being taken, and what is the reason for delay in that lead time for my critical raw material supply. And we as SMEs actually have such a thin margin. We are always serving larger businesses as SMEs. We are generally contract manufacturers, we are generally traders. So the most important aspect for us here is actually preserving our margins, and this margin is actually hidden in those little non-financial drivers of the business, right? And that is where the role of a BI dashboard actually comes into picture, because it not only consumes, it not only connects to your accounting software like a Tally or a SAP, for example, or even your customized ERP, but it will also connect to most of your other data sources. अगर आप Excel में data maintain कर रहे हो, but obviously disciplined तरीके से, वो उसको भी connect कर सकता है. अगर आप CRM system maintain कर रहे हो, if there is a production system that you have, name it, HR system, etc., right? And nowadays SaaS softwares are available for each function, so people do have quite a lot of non-financial data. So the power of BI is that it can actually talk to all the sources of data, not just financial but non-financial, and they are critical, as you can see. So we would just like to play a small video here in terms of what we do to actually solve this problem of delayed monthly closing. Do we have sound? We can just hover on it, you might get a play button. Hover करो या click करो. Click करो. Why don't you play from the drive directly? But the laptop is, there is an audio connected to the laptop or no? Then how will you get the sound? बाहर जाके you just go out and play from the drive if my laptop is connected. No? So I think we'll keep it a little bit live. I think video can be played later, no problem. Anyway, it's more of a conversation. So I'll go further. Go further. So that's what we actually bring to the table as Datachamps. We do mainly three things. We create dashboards which are intelligent, not dumb. So not just data being dumped on the screen, but some real, visual, meaningful data actually put up on the screen. When you probably have a problem, मेरे पास बहुत सारा ERP से टेबल तो आ रहा है, मैं क्या करूँ इसका? Can you help me with actually defining what should I track? We could actually help you from that stage. Meaning आपको क्या ट्रैक करना चाहिए? आपको सेल्स का ग्रोथ तो दिख रहा है, ठीक है, बट मे बी नेगेटिव न्यूज कैसे देखनी है, डी ग्रोथ कैसे देखना है, कौन से कस्टमर्स माल नहीं खरीद रहे हैं मे बी, या फिर मे बी डिले कहाँ पे हो रहा है, right? Which are the raw materials or which are the suppliers where you are actually facing maybe more or higher lead time, and that will actually delay your delivery to the customer. Maybe employee productivity and so on, right? So all of those things can be defined by us when we come in. So we could be coming in first of all right from the beginning, right from the starting. Second part, as these dashboards are defined and deployed, मतलब ये हम लोग जब आपके environment में या आपके overall domain में चलाते हैं, उसके बाद we actually get into automation. I mean, of course, it can be simultaneous as well for different types of clients, but that is the second part, which is how do these dashboards, how will these dashboards actually get updated automatically? So connecting it to the sources via maybe an API, connecting it to the sources via database. अगर आपका कोई ERP है, उसका underlying SQL database है, तो उसके साथ directly connect करना है. If you have subscribed to a software on a per month basis, something like that, right? उसका API लेके connect करना है, Tally को connect करना है, सबसे basic, right? So we actually do all of that as a part of our digital transformation. We call it automated data pipelines. And one of the key things that we do there is automated monthly closure. Apart from that, there are other things like budget automation and some reconciliations that are required on a daily basis to be updated, automated and so on. The last part there is business intelligence. तो अभी ठीक है, डैशबोर्ड आ गया, अच्छा दिख रहा है, सुंदर है, बट इसका करूँ क्या मैं, राइट? तो that is where we take the dashboard right to the next level. So actually bringing the dashboard and the insights from the dashboard on your phone. My phone I have kept actually in my bag, but otherwise what I would like to display is a WhatsApp message which gets generated for some of our customers on a daily, weekly or a monthly basis. आजकल हम लोग सब WhatsApp दो तरीके से यूज कर रहे हैं, राइट? एक पार्ट होता है सारे सोशल ग्रुप्स एंड द सेकेंड पार्ट इज our business specific group. So there can be a sales group that you have, there can be a purchase or procurement related group, there can be a logistics group and so on. So instead of people manually sending out updates on these groups, the dashboards actually can be used to trigger all those alerts. And these are probably simpler things, but more critical things here are at the end of the month, which are the products that are not working for you, or which two products for a particular customer are getting sold together where cross selling is happening. So ये जो insights है, these are what we bring through business intelligence. Go to the next slide. Click, 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 click. So those are dashboards that we deliver. They include financial dashboards, they include sales and marketing, and quite a few of these are automated for us. So we could actually deliver these to you in a flat time frame of less than 2 to 3 weeks to get them live. If you have Tally and you want a sales dashboard, we could actually make it live in a couple of days. And it is a daily dashboard, something that you can actually go with. So that's sales and marketing. There are operations and supply. So how my plant, maybe specific lines in the plant, maybe going further down, maybe specific machines in the plant where my cycle times are running higher. And this is not just daily. The data, because of the power of a tool here or a cloud here, the data can get synced in, day out for weeks, months, years, multiple years. So all you have is no longer Excel files actually getting exchanged in your, monthly meetings or in your emails. You have a small link available to you, which you can always open. In any discussion, you can open it, be it a customer discussion, be it a board discussion, be it an investor discussion, or even a supplier discussion. You have this dashboard available to you live, maybe updated till the last month, and all your critical data points are available then and there. So no longer the days, right, कि मैं ये data बना के लाता हूँ, मैं ये report बना के लाती हूँ, right? So nothing like that. I mean, just everything on your fingertips. That's what we can bring. Go further. That's you. So the end goal actually is a CEO's dashboard or a decision maker's dashboard, which actually compiles all of those in a single window. So you no longer have to actually look at multiple versions of truth, if I have to call it that, कि ये नहीं इसका कॉस्ट 4 रुपया आ रहा है और उसका कॉस्ट 4 रुपया 30 पैसा आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. There is only one source for everybody, and everybody is assigning to aligning to that single calculation, which is from the central pipeline. We offer these for multiple industries. So we do this for trading and distribution companies. We do this for manufacturing companies, both the varieties. We do it for B2B contract manufacturers as well as OEMs. We do have clients like Bridgestone Tires as well as Mitsubishi Electric on the MNC side, and we do have even clients like Chitle Bandhu and Society Tea, or even Sayadri Farms, on our very homegrown Indian brands side. We have some clients from software development. We do have Vinjit, Nasik-based company, as our one of the larger clients. Real estate, working with some companies in Nasik, some companies in Pune, as well as Mumbai here. D2C brand I just spoke about, project contracting services, SaaS products, and finally the fintech lending and AMCs. That's what we do on digital transformation side. We can go to the next. So the typical journey for any company goes like that, the first thing that we do is कि देखना क्या है, goal क्या है, what is it that I want to start tracking, because अगर वो पता नहीं है तो बना के कुछ फायदा नहीं, right? So defining the KPIs for key stakeholders, देखेगा कौन, मतलब ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि सारा डेटा मिलके सिर्फ CMD के पास ही आ रहा है. If there is a hierarchy, then the hierarchy actually should be seeing their specific data point. Meaning, अगर मेरा सेल्स बड़ा है, नेशनल है फॉर एग्जांपल, और मेरे रीजन्स है नॉर्थ, साउथ, ईस्ट, वेस्ट, द नॉर्थ सेल्स हेड, द नॉर्थ रीजन सेल्स हेड should only be seeing his or her data, then that is very much possible from the central dashboard, and similarly the south person will only see their own data. So all of that is possible. The next part is data cleanup and analysis. This is sometimes some time consuming kind of a task. Then going further, which is setting up the entire dashboard and who will see it. Okay, then the regular tracking, which is automation of those reports. And the very last step is the insights being generated. And the reports are not one time. The dashboards, they are not prepared for the first time and they never change. They do change because once we start tracking, there are some additional insights that might come and we might want to see that, okay, how do they get factored in? And that's where the continuous refinement of those dashboards actually comes into play. So that is what we can bring to the table, where it is not, of course it is driven by people, but there is some measurability to the performance that we could bring to the table by actually making it an organization driven by KPIs. So those are our tech capabilities, our tech stack. We can connect to pretty much everything. Wherever there is a database, wherever there is a file like a flat file maybe, wherever there is a API based connection, we could actually connect to it and bring that data in. And yeah, we are actually using some of the regular standard tools available, like an Azure cloud from Microsoft, like a AWS cloud from Amazon, maybe a Google cloud wherever there is a preference, and the tools based on these standard global platforms, because we certainly don't want you to be dependent on us. If for whatever reason we have to go away, I would not like to do that, but for whatever reasons we have to part ways, you can very well continue to maintain, enhance this entire system on your own. So that is very much possible. Like you can see data sources, connectors, the storage on the cloud or maybe on premises as the case may be. The transformation layer, we use standard open source tools like Python or SQL as the case may be, or we can even do this using some more complex tools. And finally, the visualization in the form of charts, tables, more granular details of the data. That is what we provide maybe via tools like Power BI, even Excel or other tools. I think we could skip this slide. So that's us. We have more than 100 years of experience on the leadership side. We are primarily chartered accountants turned data science professionals. So in a way, जो धंधे का main driver है, which is bottom line, which is PAT and cash flow, that is something that we can start with and end with. So any data point, how does it actually impact the profitability or cash flow of the business, whether it's a growth oriented factor or whether it's an efficiency oriented factor, we could connect that easily based on our previous experience. So that is what we bring to the table. And of course there is a very good mix of techies as well in the team. So if we go further, we have a team of in-house 40 people who are a mix of BI developers, chartered accountants, semi-chartered accountants, some statisticians, some data scientists, and some of them from tech background purely, right? So it's a very perfect blend, I would say, that we can bring to the table to get you from data all the way through to decisions. That's us. We have delivered more than 100 different dashboards over the last close to almost 9 years now as a business. As an entity, we are a 3-year-old entity as Datachamps. And one of the biggest impacts that we have brought to the table is complete huge reduction in the TAT of reporting for our client. So that is something that we have liked to measure, and that is something that we commit to measure in future as well. More than 80 clients in 10 plus countries in almost 8 different industries. That's who we are. Some of our client names there. So I talked about Mitsubishi, I talked about Bridgestone, there is Sayadri Farms, there is All Cargo, there are some services companies there like Sila, etc. There are some non-Indian UAE based companies like United Foods and Masar there here. Some international companies like Nivea, some large banks like Kotak Bank, etc. Some local names like Kapse Paithani and Sayadri Farms, both I mentioned, and Panchal Engineers we have as our clients. So yeah, that's who we are as a company. And of course, this list is growing fast. So what is the future? What is the future? Again, this is not what I am saying. This is what leading analysts who are tracking the tech industry, the business circles who are tracking various sectors very, very deeply. They are talking about this. So what is likely is with operations largely automated, we are already seeing manufacturing, industry kind of completely transforming with terms like Industry 4.0 and so on. Of course, I mean, nothing is going to stop the further onward type of reporting. So what is likely is the teams will actually be shifting their focus, or they will be required to shift their focus from preparation of a report to actually just reading the report and finding out what is it that is impacting the business from that. That is something that is going to emerge as a key skill set. Of course, I'm seeing quite a lot of my young colleagues here. This is a message to you all, what you need to focus on as professionals. There are some other young students as well. So, while manual tasks are going to get automated, just see how you can actually leverage all these tools like OpenAI, ChatGPT. These are just some names, but there are multiple. Gemini, etc. has already started making a very big impact. What you can do to leverage something like this to automate the mundane tasks. इसमें जो आलसी है शायद वो ज़्यादा आगे जाएगा, क्योंकि वो सारा जो हार्डवर्क है उसको ऑटोमेट कर लेगा, राइट? और जो रियल फोकस है वो उस जगह पे लाएगा कि कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है और मुझे क्या एड्रेस करना है, राइट? दिस इज वेयर द फोकस इज गोइंग टू बी. द सेकेंड इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट, everything is going to be real time. We are already seeing quite a few data points getting very real daily, etc. You have even at a 5 crore turnover, e-invoicing getting reported to the government on a daily basis. तो ऐसा समझ लेते हैं कि 2-3 साल में अपना पूरा जो बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स है वो एक्चुअली गवर्नमेंट के पोर्टल पे बनने वाला है. So imagine that there is no way to hide, there is no way to manually prepare anything. The preparation of report is always going to be automated. The real crux is going to be on the analytics, and that is what we bring to the table, and we would like to bring to the table for all of you. And of course, with APIs driving data standardization, but there is still some way to go, I would say, where the real power or disruptive power of AI will take over. Which will actually sync all the data from multiple sources. अभी भी उसमें थोड़ा challenge है. Like you have maybe a customer being called differently in a ERP and a customer being called differently in your CRM system maybe या marketing वाले database में. तो थोड़े ऐसे challenges है जहाँ पे definitions are not very consistent for some time, but I think it's a matter of time that people will even overcome those types of issues. So if you want to be on the forefront of this tech curve, we at Datachamps can be your preferred partner of choice, and that's where I would like to end it as a formal presentation. What I would like to do is now maybe just do one dashboard as a sample dashboard for all of you. So that's what we bring as a first page typically. This is fully customizable. This is available as a web link. This can be a secure web link, which means जिसके पास पासवर्ड है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर है, राइट, only that person actually can access it. This can further go down that the picture will be available like this, but the numbers within that can be filtered for your specific division as well. Like I said about sales regions being north, east, southwest, those people seeing their own data. What you can see there is some commentary or insights getting generated there, and these are what can also be delivered to you on WhatsApp, like I mentioned, or at some predefined periodicity. You can also control कि thresholds क्या define करने, मतलब मुझे अगर 0.2% वेरायंस है तो देखना नहीं है, बट अगर 3% से ऊपर है वेरायंस तो डेफिनेटली मुझे देखना है, राइट? So those parameters can actually be changed and they can be actually given to you for your control. All the financial ratios, cash flows are out there. You can see that the data can go back to years and years there. So I can see any month, any year in the past available to me. And of course, if I have consistent data for 3, 4, 5, 7 years, then I can actually even make some meaningful forecast. मतलब the main thing that everybody right now is asking कि AI हमारे लिए sales predict कर देगा क्या, या AI हमारे लिए हमारा cash flow predict कर देगा, करेगा पक्का, but it will still need some consistent data definition and कुछ थोड़ा deep history लगेगा उसको for it to actually start predicting. So the road, तो अगर AI अगर मार्स है तो हम लोगों को पहले मतलब मून पे पहुंचना पड़ेगा और फिर मून से आगे मार्स तक जा सकते हैं और आगे जा सकते हैं, राइट? सो आर स्टेप्स इन बिटवीन आर मे बी गुड कंसिस्टेंट डेटा फॉर अ गुड हिस्टोरिकल पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, मे बी एडिशनल डेटा, कुछ इंडस्ट्री डेटा अवेलेबल है क्या, जैसा कोई अभी जैसे CM का डेटा अवेलेबल होता है, राइट, सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडियन ऑटोमोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, or like that you can have your own industry specific data, there can be credit data and all of that. We can very well leverage that, on top of that add your data and then give you a contextual insight like a market share, like a comparative pricing and so on. So and that's everything on the right hand side in terms of focus. If you can see, there are analytics around sales. Everything is sliceable and diceable, which means आप प्रोडक्ट से, प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी से, आप कोई ब्रांड से, डीलर से, कहीं से भी फोकस कर सकते हो एनालिसिस को. आप जीरो डाउन कर सकते हो इंफॉर्मेशन पे. इफ आई वांटेड टू एक्चुअली हैव मल्टीपल ईयर्स ऑफ डेटा और इवन अ सिंगल ईयर्स ऑफ डेटा अवेलेबल, जस्ट स्टॉप. सो दैट इज फॉर एग्जांपल नाउ व्हाट हैव यू सिलेक्टेड एनीथिंग? You have IFB as a brand selected. Of course, IFB as a brand is only there in washing machine maybe. So for that brand and maybe second dealer or third dealer, if you see, right, third dealer, check third dealer. So how much is the sales being done by them for IFB? Now there is of course some refrigerators as well that are being sold for that particular category, for that particular brand, sorry, and that's the trend on the other side. Now you can see that there is a drop in the average rate. Maybe I have to further go and only select one category, which will allow me to narrow down on maybe the reason. So washing machines, there is a big drop for certain reason. So maybe that it needs to be probed further. By products, by dealers, and so on. Go further. One important slide I would like to show here. Dealer-wise profitability. So after we do the basics, which is P&L बन गया, balance sheet ratios आने लग गए. Obviously these are available from your accounting system as well. But this is critical. This is basically helping me track कि मेरा customer level पे margin क्या है. तो कल अगर मेरा pricing discussion है customer के साथ में, तो I have the standard versus actual, variations from the agreed BOM with the customer, etc. right, available to me for the discussion. तो बहुत बार we have seen that with right data points, we have seen smaller suppliers actually winning the negotiations with the larger companies. And I have some Nasik-based names that I'm aware of, where there is a like a electronic component supplier having maybe a 20-25 crore revenue, supplying to a large Japanese MNC, actually winning on a negotiation because they could completely track their bombs and put that across in their negotiation. So this is what is the power of data in real sense. And then there are various other ones like even comparison with commodity prices there if you go back. So a friend of mine here, and I owe some work to him here. He's my schoolmate. But one of the things that is very well possible is scraping of data from the web, linking it via a pipeline. तो अगर आपको ये पता है कि कुछ डेटा पब्लिक डोमेन में अवेलेबल है और वो आपके लिए यूजफुल है, या कोई व्हाट्सएप मैसेज में आता है और आपके लिए यूजफुल है, तो देयर इज एन एक्चुअल पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ कनेक्टिंग दैट ऑटोमेटिकली एंड हैविंग दैट ट्रेंड अवेलेबल टू यू. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे सम मेटल कंपोनेंट्स या any of those briquettes etc. I have to actually buy, and it is heavily linked to the commodity prices underlying. I want to actually link it to an index based pricing data. That is very well possible. So you can see for aluminium as a kind of commodity, that's the price and that's my procurement rate. So I can actually hold my procurement team accountable कि आपने जो सौदे किए थे वो मीनिंगफुल किए थे या नहीं किए थे, मतलब how much of that actually led to maybe some higher inventory for you or maybe some savings in cost for you. So go further. And of course, the best part is if you go to P&L now or even expense analytics में actually, you can keep going down. मतलब आप शुरू करोगे ग्रुप लेवल पे. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मेरे ग्रुप में 3 कंपनीज है, all of my maybe an LLP and a private limited company, or maybe 2 plants at 2 different locations, right? What I can do is start from the group level information, keep going down at an entity level, at a product level, maybe at a specific plant level, ledger level, even a transaction level. So again, the power of data here and the tool tech here is enormous. आप कोई भी explanation को face value पे ना लेने का power रखते हो with this, right? Anybody is explaining you can call the bluff, right? Then and there कि गलत बोल रहे हो. So that is where we are. For example, here what we have, maybe you can change the currency there, change the denom to million or here. So what you have there is a comparison with previous year of this year. You can have comparison with budgets here, right? And where are the variances? तो अगर मुझे कोई specific expenses का trend देखना है which is not in line with what it has usually been in, I can identify those then and there. यहाँ तक जा सकते हैं कि उसका अगर मैंने कोई ट्रिगर सेटअप कर दिया है कि 2% के ऊपर वाले वेरायंसेस हर मंथ टू मंथ में आइडेंटिफाई हो जाए, उसका एक ईमेल चला जाए मेरी टीम को, वो सारा उसका explanation लिख ले, they submit it, and that is coming back into
Hello?
the dashboard as an explanation available for future reference. तो ऐसा नहीं कि आगे जाके मुझे फिर से देखना है कि last time क्या explanation दिया था, that is available then and there. So, the system can actually be built in an extremely foolproof manner. So that was just one example of the dashboard. We also wanted to do maybe one manufacturing dashboard because we do have production capacity, utilization and so on. But I think for the paucity of audience and paucity of time, we will skip that. You can, yeah, video we can place again. And I'll of course like to note or check if you have any questions at the end of the session. I'd be happy to answer. There is no sound. Try speakers.
Large global organizations were present. Large global organizations with presence across multiple geographies face typical challenges in the hustle of monthly closings. Countless man-hours are lost in manual tasks and number crunching, leaving little room for true business analysis. Long turnaround time, team dependency, and accuracy concerns plague the process.
Welcome to the future of monthly closings, where every task is efficient, every number is accurate, and your team is empowered to achieve more. Introducing a groundbreaking solution from Datachamps to automate monthly closing process and prepare interactive management reports. From intricate calculations to reconciliations and functions like allocation and apportionments, it automates everything seamlessly. Let's take a closer look at our solution in action.
The platform seamlessly integrates connectors for all standard ERPs and manual inputs if required, ensuring all data sources are linked. For specific areas, it also allows manual uploads in a controlled manner. Post connection to the data sources, it performs all transformation activities automatically, all in a matter of minutes.
The solution enables you to define all your calculation requirements and then performs each function reliably every time it is run. Gives you complete visibility at each stage of transformation and even updates you for errors with its inbuilt analyst check feature.
Picture this, a management dashboard inbuilt in our solution. A dynamic, interactive view that gives you instant insights into key financial metrics, trends, and performance indicators. So not only is it automated, it enables single window access to all cross-functional data from different softwares and sources, and is also visually intuitive and insightful. Our Questions and Insights module makes the management reporting truly interactive and collaborative.
Imagine being able to ask questions about outlier values from the report, addressing specific colleagues.
This is important. you can actually
As you ask questions on a KPI or a data point,
as
your
a
colleague
business
receives a
owner.
notification.
It
They
gets
can then
routed
provide
to
responses or explanations, all of this within
The
the context of the
specifically-
report.
Every
form
response,
is
along with open
generated
and
for the colleague
unanswered
to answer.
questions, is tracked and aggregated for easy
there is also a
reference.
time bound window.
No more
तो अगर
lengthy
उसको
email
3 दिन में
exchanges
सबमिट
or
करना है तो
missed
3 दिन
messages.
के बाद नहीं किया तो
What's more?
अलर्ट जाएगा.
The gist of this interaction is seamlessly compiled back and incorporated in the refreshed dashboard.
It's like having a living, breathing report that evolves with your team's collaboration.
It's not just about preparing reports, it's about witnessing your tactics and strategies
Those are
evolve
their
with
comments
collaboration,
being updated
transparency,
in
and
the dashboard.
continuous improvement.
तो यहाँ से आगे
Because
वो
when you
सील हो
collaborate
गया.
better, you
नगड़ावंशी
achieve
रीड
more.
आए.
The impact is astounding. Man hours saved, rapid turnarounds, and teams focusing on intelligence. Our solution offers quick deployment with cutting-edge tools, scalability, and intelligent dashboards. Let's continue our journey towards redefining finance.
The next evolution in finance, embracing digital transformation. Finance leaders become strategic experts utilizing automation, AI, IoT, and blockchain to revolutionize functions.
At Datachamps, we are revolutionizing monthly closings and redefining the typical workflows of finance and strategy teams with our innovative solutions. These include real-time dashboards, budget automation, variance analysis, predictive analysis, and precise reconciliations. Datachamps is your partner of choice as you embrace digital transformation and unlock the true potential of data for your business strategy.